Lindsey Mazza. Welcome to Hiding in Plain Sight, the segment where we dive deep into the inspiring stories of individuals who found their true purpose and stepped into their power by shedding the shame that held them back. Each week, we'll connect with brave guests who will share their journeys of transformation, revealing how they've embraced the parts of themselves that they once hid from the world. In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to feel like we need to hide our true selves, but here we celebrate authenticity and vulnerability. Together, we'll explore how embracing our stories can lead to empowerment, connection, and the freedom to living fully. Welcome to Hiding in Plain Sight. My first guest is the CEO of Soul Sparks Press, a 6-time award-winning, best-selling author of Hello Universe, It's Me, and a retired Silicon Valley business executive. Deepika is on a mission to bring your sweepingly inspirational stories to life and into the hands of readers around the world. Welcome, Deepika.
Thank you so much for having me, and congratulations, Lindsay, on this fabulous show.
Thank you. I'm so excited to dive in, and I want you to just take it away and tell us about how you were hiding in plain sight, and once you stopped hiding, the magic that happened in your life.
Aren't we all hiding in some way? This is why I absolutely love the title of this program, because in so many ways, we're all trying to be what everyone else is. At least that was part of my story. I was absolutely hiding, but in a very loud and out there kind of way. I was a successful Silicon Valley business executive. I had all the things that everybody out there says you need to live a fabulous life. I had the house, I had the nice cars, I had the fancy vacations, I had all the smiling faces posted on social media for everybody to see. But in reality, that part of the life was not giving me any kind of satisfaction or happiness or meaning in any way, shape, or form. So it didn't matter that I'd spent my whole life doing everything right and checking every box and listening to my parents and Hollywood and teachers and social media and Bollywood and everything else about what it takes to live a great life. The reality is, when I had all of that, that great life didn't feel so great. But I had never stopped to truly ask myself the question of what would it take to truly make me happy. So I woke up at 40 and decided I just wasn't going to wake up at 50 feeling that same way. It was time to stop hiding. Genuinely, it was time to stop thinking about the things that I had fixated my life on up until that point, and actually remove those layers and start to ask myself, what is it that I want for this version of who I am today? And that for me is when everything started to change. I really came out in every possible way to unlock and discover who I really was. And it all started with asking myself that question, what truly makes me happy?
Yeah, and I think it's such a pivotal moment in your life when you stop living for the expectation of others and you really tap in and get quiet with yourself and you listen to the answers that you hear back, right? And I think that's something that people really struggle with. So
there was no quiet in my life, right? There was none of it, because I had curated this life of busyness. I wore busyness as a badge of honor, as a mom of a young kid, as an executive, as a wife, doing all the things that society expects you to do to be seen in this, to live the successful life in this world. But I realized that none of that was it. So there was the very conscious choice I made at that time to quiet it all down and to actually hear whatever it was that this world was trying to tell me and trying to have me see. And that is really the moment that started to change everything for me.
Yeah, and then you know, they would say you blew up your life, and in the best way, and then you built this amazing publishing company. So tell us about how that came to be.
Yeah, I published my book, Hello Universe, It's Me, in January of 2021. And just like, anything that comes into this world, it started to take on a life of its own and opening door after door after door for me. And I was able to achieve some really spectacular things as a result of this book, from a TV show in Australia to launching new businesses to having the book translated into Spanish and it doing exceedingly well in Mexico. So the ball was sort of forming every minute of every day. But I realized that I was so passionate about telling stories. So people would meet me and say, wow, I'm so excited you wrote this book and I love it. And I would ask them about their stories and I would always say, you should write a book too. But that was always where the conversation ended.
Right.
Then one day somebody said to me, well, if you write it with me, I'll do it. And I said, let's go. And that was the start of Soul Sparks Press. So we are here to bring those sweepingly inspirational stories to life, stories just like yours, that really make people stop and take notice, make their heart skip a beat, make them realize that they need to see a different way, just like I did when I woke up at 40 and realized I wasn't going to wake up at 50 feeling the same way.
Yeah, and so we've just got a minute left, and I want to quickly talk about our collaboration book we're doing together because our messaging is so aligned. You're bringing forward stories where people really are not hiding anymore. So we're together, we're creating a collaboration book called Hiding in Plain Sight. We're currently looking for authors to join and really tell their story and come out of hiding. And I just think it's so special that you've created this platform for people to step into their purpose.
Well, I'm so excited to be working with you on this, and we are doing an open call for authors that want to come in and be part of this project. If you have a story about yourself and where you have been hiding and where you have not been seen, then Lindsey and I want to be able to help you bring that story to life. And here's why. When we tell our stories, we've got the power to change other people's lives. We can give them that spark. We can give that inspiration, that moment that maybe many of us were missing for ourselves. Our stories can provide that for someone else. So Hiding in Plain Sight, the collaboration book, is going to be a beautiful way to be able to do that.
Thank you, Deepika. That's beautifully said, and we're so excited to connect with people. Thanks for joining me today.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.